There's this quiet kind of suffering most people carry. You wake up, you go through the motions. You work, you scroll, you smile when expected, and still something feels missing. You can't quite name it, but it's there, like an echo from a life you haven't lived yet. We chase meaning like it's some distant reward buried in the next achievement, the next relationship, the next version of ourselves. But what if we're looking in the wrong direction? What if the problem isn't that life is empty, but that we're full of noise? Rumi knew this hunger. He wasn't just a mystic or a poet you quote on Instagram. He was a man who shattered spiritually, emotionally, and rebuilt himself from the inside out. He lost his teacher. His heart broke open, and what poured out wasn't bitterness. It was fire. It was beauty. It was truth. In a world obsessed with more success, more stimulation, more control, Rumi offered 3 simple rules, not for success, not for happiness, but for something far deeper, a meaningful life. And here's the strange part. They sound more like warnings than advice. Live, burn, die. 3 words. That's it. But if you're brave enough to follow them, they change everything. Try to learn to let what you love be what you do. It sounds simple, but living fully, most people never even get close. Because they're too busy surviving. They've traded passion for security, presence for productivity. They're always somewhere else, lost in past regrets or future fears. Their hearts are on mute, and somewhere along the way, they stopped asking, "Am I alive or just functioning?" Rumi didn't write poems for applause. He wrote them like a man gasping for breath. Every line he gave to the world came from one place presence. He didn't just observe life, he entered it, fully, raw, unfiltered. To live fully is to feel everything. Not just the highs, but the hollow parts too. It's to stop performing, to stop waiting for the perfect moment. It's to stop editing yourself just to be accepted. And it's to stop pretending that comfort is the goal. Living fully isn't about chasing adrenaline. It's about showing up even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. Because what you avoid ends up owning you. But what you face, that's what frees you. So the question isn't, are you breathing? The real question is, are you awake? You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life? Rumi didn't romanticize pain, but he didn't run from it either. He knew real transformation doesn't come gently. It burns. And most people are terrified of that fire. They avoid it through distraction, through comfort, through staying small. They keep their lives manageable, predictable, safe. But safe is just another word for stuck. To burn brightly doesn't mean chaos. It means intensity. It means choosing to live in such a way that everything false about you has no room left to hide. Rumi believed in burning not to destroy yourself, but to reveal yourself. To burn away the layers of ego, fear, shame, expectation. To burn through the lies you inherited about who you're supposed to be. You want a meaningful life? Then don't just survive your pain. Use it. Let it refine you. Because heartbreak, failure, betrayal, those aren't the end of your story. They're the fire that forges your real voice. The one that can't be silenced. The one that was waiting underneath all along. But fire doesn't work from a distance. You have to step into it, willingly. Only then do you stop crawling. Only then do you remember your wings. Die before you die, so you do not die when you die. Most people hear that and flinch. But Rumi wasn't speaking about death in the way we fear it. He was pointing to something deeper, something that lives inside us right now. He was talking about ego death, the quiet unraveling of everything false that you've built around yourself, your image, your pride, your name, your roles, your need to be right, your fear of being seen. We carry so much that isn't ours. We inherit beliefs, adopt masks, perform for approval, and in doing so, we forget the one thing that ever mattered, who we really are beneath it all. To die before you die means to let that false self collapse, to stop clinging, to stop needing to control every outcome, every opinion, every emotion, to let go of the version of you that was built out of fear. Because here's the paradox. The moment you let that version die, you come alive. You stop fearing judgment. You stop chasing worth. You stop living for what doesn't last. And in that space, what's real can finally breathe. So yes, Rumi's third rule sounds dark, but it's the doorway to light. If you die before you die, you'll never fear death again. Because you'll know the truth. You've already met it, and you survived. Live, burn, die. 3 rules, 3 thresholds, 3 awakenings. Most will ignore them. It's easier that way. But if you're watching this, maybe something in you is already burning. Maybe something old is ready to die. And maybe, finally, something real is ready to live.